Now, I know when it comes to My Hero Academia, we can all agree that All Might is one of the most powerful characters currently. But how powerful are we talking? Because there is a misconception going on right now. According to CBR, there are 10 characters that are close to All Might's power level. So we're gonna find out what's going on right now. Let's see what's going on. Now, before we get started, I'm gonna throw on my CBR cape just for a quick second here. So they did actually state that some of these characters are a bit weaker than him and some are a bit stronger than him. I don't know how much that's going to really protect them here, knowing CBR, but let's get right into it. At number 10, they went with All for One, which obviously should be a valid answer. Anybody that has seen My Hero Academia already knows that the All for One and the One for All quirks are literally meant to counter each other. One stockpiles the quirks, the other one allows you to steal quirks and redistribute them. We know that All for One was fighting against All Might. We've seen that fight already. We saw the United States of Smash, everything that happened. So of course, I'm okay with this. Everyone should be okay with this. At number 9, it looks like CBR went with Silver Fang from One Punch Man. Now this one, I'm not really sure, because if we're talking about the top 10 heroes from One Punch Man, I mean, Silver Fang is ranked 3. He's in the conversation with Tatsumaki and them. Like, he is a beast. We know how powerful he is. Obviously, he's one of the greatest martial artists to come out of the One Punch Man verse. He was boxing against dragon level threats. So I'm not sure what All Might's really doing. I do agree that All Might would be an S-class hero. Now, when we say slightly stronger or slightly weaker, what are we talking about? How many ranks would need to be between them to meet this criteria, CBR? We need something more concrete than saying slightly weaker or slightly stronger, because honestly, if Silver Fang gets into a fight with All Might 10 times, I'm taking him about 8 or 9 of those times. Just based off the fact that he's in the same conversation as a Tatsumaki, who I know for a fact All Might wants no problems with, okay? He does not want to mess with Tatsumaki, but Silver Fang can at least have a shot against somebody like a Tatsumaki. So just based off of that, if we're being generous and we're putting All Might in the One Punch Man universe, he's automatically going to be an S-class hero. If he's in the top 10, where is he ranking? I would say he might be in the lower 5. At number 8, CBR went with Escanor. I'm Escanor, y'all. Let's see what they had to say, because there must be something that I'm missing, that you're missing, that they're missing clearly. Escanor is the world's strongest man, and his strength grows as the sun rises higher in the sky. At noon sharp, he becomes borderline invincible. And with his axe Rita, he can blow away absolutely anyone who dares defy his greatness. Even All Might would be wary of a noontime Escanor. So CBR, you already know about Escanor's power, but you did something very strategic here. I have to give you 2 claps. You made sure not to mention the One Ultimate, because you know that if you mention the One Ultimate, this complete article would just be invalidated. It will be invalidated, because if we match up All Might against the very same Demon King that Escanor had to fight against, is he making it out? I don't care if his punches were creating tornadoes. We know that Escanor in the One Ultimate is literally transforming his life energy into his magic power. He's taking away from his life. All Might's not in that conversation. And I'm not saying All Might's weak, but there's levels to this. Escanor bodies. All right, so I was having fun, but after that Escanor one, I knew it was going to be downhill from here. At number 7, CBR went with Captain Edward Newgate, aka Whitebeard, aka the world's strongest man in One Piece at one point in time. This is unbelievable, y'all. I don't know what to really make of this. I don't understand how this is happening. Listen, you put All Might in the Marine Ford situation. You put All Might up against Goldie Roger. You put All Might in the same situation against Odin and see if he makes it out. I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous. We're talking about Edward Newgate. It should be illegal to be putting Edward Newgate and All Might in the same article. It just doesn't make any sense. Whitebeard was literally one-arming giants that are larger than a Gigantomachia. The My Hero verse has not even seen anything that Whitebeard's been able to pull off. And let's not forget to mention that Whitebeard's power has been compared to that of somebody that can destroy the world. I've never heard anybody in My Hero say, well, listen, All Might got the power to destroy the world, so I guess he's up. No, nobody has ever said that. They say he's a symbol of peace. They say he's that guy. He's the #1 hero. That's great. That's fantastic. I'll give him credit there. 2 claps. but he's not whitebeard. He's definitely not whitebeard. He should not be. There's no slightly below, slightly above. There's levels. He's way out there. When Krillin said it one time.
He's way up there.
We talking about whitebeard against All Might. What's going on? At number 6, CBR went with Fairy Tail Shanks, aka Gildarts. I mean, I'm okay with this. We've seen his battle against August. Gildarts is not somebody that's really going to stand out to me against somebody like All Might, but he's in the realm. He has the durability. He has the fighting prowess. We've seen his punches land against an August, and we've seen what happened to him, and August is no scrub. So I would give him some credit there, but I would like to mention that Kana was there helping him out, so you can take away a few points there. But that does not mean that Gildarts is weak. All I'm saying is that when it comes to All Might, the powers of the United States of Smash, I would love to see how Gildarts deals with something like that. At number 5, CBR went with Nosferatu Zodd from Berserk. Now, I actually know about this. Listen, my Berserk fans, I told y'all I've been reading Berserk. I read about 100 chapters so far, so I can't really break this down towards the end of Berserk, but based on what I've seen so far, I mean, you can make a case. We know that Zodd can fly. He was boxing against a Guts and a Griffith at the same time. Now, this was obviously earlier on in the manga from what I've been reading, but I do know that he also fought against a Skull Knight, so he is up there, somewhere in there. I just don't know really where I would rank him yet, just because I haven't finished Berserk yet. So I'm gonna leave this again to the Berserk fans, but at least I know a little something now. Come on. See, this is what I'm talking about. At number 4, CBR went with my guy. And I'm gonna throw on my Naruto cape this time because I just don't understand. I know this was a death battle. We talked about this a couple years back, All Might versus my guy. We don't even know why it was a thing. Because if you put All Might up against a 10 Tails Madara, what's happening? What is he doing? Who is he calling? I just don't understand how he can be in this conversation. Listen, my guy is one of the best taijutsu users in Naruto, if not the #1 taijutsu user. I think Madara himself stated that my guy was that guy when it comes to taijutsu. We know that everyone's talking about his 8 gates and things like that. I don't even believe he needs 8. Maybe a 6 in my mind. A 6 gates will be enough for All Might. And that does not mean All Might's weak. My Hero fans, relax. I'm not saying All Might's weak. I'm just saying that there are levels to this. When we talk about somebody like my guy who was able to subdue somebody like a Kisame, who was able to keep up with the 10 Tails Madara, the speed is so fast from him that some of the strongest shinobi in the Naruto verse can't even see what's going on. They can't even keep up. Ribs are breaking, bones are shattering everywhere just by him landing attacks. The only advantage that All Might has over Might Guy in a situation like this is that Might Guy's powers are going to be hurting himself. It's self-inflicting damage because his power is too strong for his body to contain. That's the only thing that All Might would have to keep up with a Might Guy. That's it. Yo, is CBR serious with number 3? They went with ulquiorra from Bleach. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but Bankai Ichigo wasn't enough? A halfway holification of Ichigo wasn't enough? You needed a Vasto Lorde Ichigo to compete with the likes of an ulquiorra. What's All Might doing to Vasto Lorde Ichigo? Let me find out. Now, this article did state that some of the characters here are slightly stronger. What kind of wording? We need to break that down, because what idea do they have of slight? Is Krillin and a Goku, is Goku slightly stronger than Krillin? Is that the space? Is that the gap that we're using with slightly? Because in my opinion, when we talk about the definition of slightly, let's break down the definition of slightly one time. Slightly, an adverb that means to a small degree, not considerably, is similar to a bit, somewhat, rather, moderately, to some degree. So are we saying that ulquiorra is a bit stronger than All Might? Are we saying that he's slightly above All Might? Or are we lying to ourselves? Are we capping? Come on, man. Listen, this is ridiculous. Let's go on to the next one. You already know where I stand. If he's not seeing a Vasto Lorde Ichigo, I don't even want to hear All Might's name. At number 2, they went with Veldora from Slime. Now, I'm not up on Slime yet. So I want my Slime fans to come through and break this down, because I actually don't even know. I don't know yet. Slime's on my list though. Lastly, CBR went with Akaza from Demon Slayer. So this is a weird pick to end the article off on, because why would we be talking about an Upper Moon 3 against the Symbol of Peace from My Hero Academia? I'm not really sure about the matchup. I know they're both close range melee fighters, so that's one thing. But when it comes to power, I mean, I'm obviously gonna give it to All Might. I don't think an Upper Moon 3 is going to keep up with All Might in terms of physical prowess. But on the flip side, Akaza does have ridiculous regenerative capabilities, and he also has the speed to contend with an All Might, but he doesn't have the power. So I think this battle is really just a waited out, because if All Might's able to keep Akaza busy until the sun comes up, then he wins. But if not, I mean, he's just going to be regenerating, and then I don't know how All Might's going to really deal with it. It's just a very strange matchup. I mean, I guess if you want to say one's slightly stronger than the other, I'm not really sure where I'll really rank them yet, because I do think All Might's more powerful, but I do think Akaza can keep up with the speed, and then obviously if he just keeps regenerating, it's going to be a problem for All Might. And he also has the ability to fight from long range, because he does have those air shock waves, and All Might also has access to those tornadoes that he can create with his punches. So it's kind of a weird battle. Now you guys let me know down in the comment section below if you agree with CBR, because out of these 10 characters, I mean, there was a good 5 that I think are way above All Might's power level. I don't think there was that many that were in the realm of All Might like they stated, but you guys let me know. And with that, I'll see you next time. Peace.